Hey, Slick Talkers, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And I know that if you love this show, you'll also love my morning show called Good Morning Hospitality with my co hosts Michael Golden and Brandy Canali, as we spend 30 minutes every Monday morning to dive into the industry's top latest news and trending topics. So go check it out on wherever you find your podcasts at Good Morning Hospitality. And you can live stream with us on Monday mornings on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, I hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast where we discuss all things hospitality, hotels, and business. You can find us online at slicktalkthepodcast.com and on every podcast listening platform.
What's up, all my Slick Talkers? So this is my second attempt to this recording. I just did this episode recording and apparently it did not save. So here I am, round 2. Welcome back to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast, as I am excited for this quick episode to make some announcements. Here we go. Anyways, we got a 3-week podcast series coming up. If you're in hotels or restaurants, please tune in because I have a 20-plus year GM coach for restaurants. He has been a part of Hilton and Marriott and other standalone restaurants. His name is Scott Stanfield, 20-plus year GM coach. And guess what? We are going to bring some heat. We're going to bring some excitement. So if you're in the industry, whether it's restaurants or hotels, welcome to Slick Talk. Get ready for these next few episodes because I am pumped. So we're going to dive into how to interview and train and hire and sustain your staff, your restaurant, numbers, leadership, all the above, guest satisfaction, and all the above. So get ready because it's going to be a good 3 weeks. We'll do 1 episode a week and get all this great content to you. Now, I did just do this episode and it didn't record and it didn't save on my laptop, so I'm really bummed, but I just wanted to say a quick shout out to my sponsors, Flipboard, the Black Tux, and TISO. The Black Tux is my newest sponsors that you just heard in the beginning of this podcast episode. They are a great tux and suit rental company. I honestly wish I could buy the suits, but they're great. They are changing the game of rental. And if you go to theblacktux.com/listen, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. So go ahead, check it out on my website, slicktalkthepodcast.com. You'll see a sponsors page under the podcast, and you'll be good to go. Now, one of my newest ones, I'm bummed I didn't get to use on my trip to Palm Springs, but TISO, which is a travel pack company. They have created these amazing travel packs, super comfortable, super durable, and super waterproof. They are not only just backpacks, but they transfer into a duffel. They are great for business travel, travel, whether you're hiking or going to go somewhere exotic and nice. These backpacks are great. They have so many pockets and pouches and transformations. Great laptop holder, great little pockets on the side and the front that are great to put a wallet or a passport or keep all your stuff organized. So check them out. You'll get 15% off on my link and promo code WillSlickers15. That'll get you 15% off. These are already discounted and they already donate from your purchase to a cause of your choice. So go ahead and check them out. Now that I've introduced the upcoming series and announced it, here on the podcast, check out my social media, Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You can see all the information there, LinkedIn, and my website. Everything will be on there. I'm really excited for these episodes. And after this 3-week series, I have another guest coming on the show who we're going to dive into the brand and marketing and referral marketing segment for hotels and how you as a front desk agent or anyone in the industry from management to GM to owner can really use your direct booking and loyalty from referrals with your guests and how it's going to improve your marketing 10 over times 1,000, whatever you want. So really excited for that. Guys, the Hunter Hotel Conference happened. And this is where all the owners and big leaders of the industry get together and discuss many topics, tech and change and, upcoming things in the industry and just, the whole shebang, how the last few years have been, the growth of property and soft brands and direct bookings and, the travel industry itself. Big things, top 3 bullets that I got from this. Okay. Hotel owners and brand leaders are worried about labor costs. They're worried about the Airbnb market getting into the hotel market. They are also, focusing or trying to focus on tech, the new age traveler, and guest experience, obviously, of course. So labor costs going up, they're increasing. Wages no longer, hotels and restaurants are honestly one of the lowest paying industries until you get to management. So no longer is $11 10 hours or $10, suffice enough for people to be happy at their employer, whether it's a hotel or restaurant. So labor costs going up, wages increasing, cost of living increasing, all that excitement. We're also not seeing young millennials, people my age in the 20s and 30s range, getting into the hospitality industry because they're taking a little bit of time off school before they go to school. They're taking time, more time in school because they changed their majors, or something happens. They're not going through school as quickly as previous generations, or even going to school at all. And then once they get out of school, they just spent all this money in debt on a degree, and then getting paid $11 an hour to work front desk is really not ideal. So we're seeing a little bit of a hesitation from the generation to get into hotels. And to be honest, guys, the whole reason why I created Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast, is because I'm a young, self-taught, 24-year-old hotelier in the industry that honestly, I strive for any way to get content, to any way to better myself, whether it's a good article, a good website, a good training program, a certification, whatever it may be. I got certified through Cornell University. I have become certified through the Hotel Lodging Association, all this stuff to better myself because I'm hungry for the knowledge and the exciting things in the industry. And that's the reason why I created this podcast, because I love podcasts. I listen to Gary V, Tony Robbins, all these other influencers and just great podcasts out there. And honestly, I have struggled with the hotel podcasts out there and available for us to listen and to get some good insight and content. So that's why I created this. This is why I'm pushing myself to new limits to get comfortable with my voice on recording, to really kind of stay up to speed with all this stuff in the industry and keeping myself relevant. And so that's why I created this podcast. If you are new, young, old, maybe been in the industry for a while, I want this to be something exciting, something that people get stuff from, that it's not just blatant, cheap, boring content. I want this to be exciting. That's why I'm bringing on guest speakers. That's why I invest, money and time into getting better marketing material and adapting those skills and, bringing you guys the best content that I can. So with that, I'm really wanting to attract people to the industry and bring as much excitement as we can, because honestly, the hotel industry is one of the slowest industries to adapt to change, whether it's types of rooms and the style that we do, whether it's, types of marketing and promotion and all this other stuff. We are one of the slowest industries to get behind, today's news traveler and the current age of digital and social media. So guys, if you I don't own a hotel, but really we need to form a brick house, because yes, the recession is coming. No, we do not know when, but it is going to happen. So the best way to prepare, well, I'm not a hotel owner, but the best way to prepare for an owner, or if you're in the management side, to help your owner and your property to get on the same side, you need to get your loyalty program and guest service scores up. You need the people to have that hashtag moment at your property that they will continue to share and to continue to promote and continue to love because of their experience. Guests and travelers are looking for hotel experience, travel experience. That's why Airbnb took such a big portion of the market because one, the demand was so high that the supply could not fulfill. So Airbnb took some of that market, fulfilled the supply and demand part, and then they became a mobile concierge. They are giving guest experience by partnering with local businesses in every city, in every town, and giving people the opportunity to pick an experience that they want to have. Huge, huge, huge. And we need to adapt to that. We need to start creating the same kind of packages, same type of opportunities for our guests and for our staff to enjoy and to promote and to really catch up with the times, guys. It's 99 problems owners worry about for 2019 for a reason, and is why this episode is called that. It's because I would be worried too if my property was outdated, outnumbered, and just overall not to today's world. This world is changing so fast, and I'm not saying you have to keep changing every year and keep doing all this other stuff, but you got to adapt to your traveler, and that's by adding experience and an updated property. Think outside the box on how you design your rooms, how you design your floor plan. Let's get creative, guys. Let's not just do what every other hotel's done the last 20, 15 years, okay? So building this brick house, building this to, defeat the recession so that way you come out on top. Guest or group booking in advance. Start getting those year out plus bookings for groups. If a group stayed with you this year or in 2018, get them on the books for 2019, 2020, because that is going to help you with a big recession. Get them on the books every year as you can. Also, train your front desk agents. Honestly, I'm a big firm believer training your front desk agents to turn a booking.com, an Expedia, a hotels.com, whatever OTA booking that arrives at your property, win them over, train them to get them to change over to direct books. Because yes, you may not be able to change that reservation immediately, but in the future, if they call you direct, offer them a great promo, offer them a great discount, blow their socks off to get them to come back to you direct. Create an experience, create that human-to-human connection. Yes, we talk about all these numbers and the change and the data and all the hotel stuff going on that excite me. I'm a big analytic and a big creative. So with that, I get really caught up in the numbers. I get caught up in the excitement of revenue and all these reports that we go through. But at the same time, we are in the people business. We are in the experience business. We are in the guest satisfaction experience. We are in the memory and connection business. I still talk, and you'll hear me a little bit with a special guest coming out in a few weeks. I still talk to my guests for my first property, and that's been, years. It's been a few years, and I still talk to them weekly, monthly, every 2 months, whatever it may be. With my guests that I built a connection with, I still text and call. I'm part of their, Facebook, and I follow them, and they follow me, and they leave comments, and they call me, and they text me, take care of me. And when I left, they gave me so many gifts, and there's so much love. You build a community. So really, we need to start training our desk agents and our restaurant staff and our bussers and our dishwashers for anybody who can interact with the guests or have a guest impact on the guest experience. Then why not? Let's get them on board. Let's change those commissions, because like I said, the brick house, I'm going off a couple rabbit trails here, but the brick house that I'm telling you about, keeping your staff happy. Obviously, by keeping them happy, you'll keep your labor costs a little bit more down. If you train them to get those direct bookings, your commission costs will go down, which means you can increase in revenue. You don't have to pay 18, 15, even 20% to Booking or Expedia.com. Maybe even dabble in the Airbnb market, open another channel of booking options. There's so many ways to build this brick house. And of course, change, adapt, learn about this current traveler, because I see people just get out of high school and they get their first job and they're wanting to spend their first paycheck on travel. They're wanting to get that $500, $700 paycheck and put it towards a plane ticket, a hotel, whatever it may be. So adapt, learn, get on top of it. Influencer marketing is huge. So get your social media team, your sales team, start looking through Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat even, or Twitter, start getting these people that are big influencers with 15, 10, maybe even 5 million followers, or dude, even start out with 50,000, 100,000, 500,000 followers. Find those people, get them to stay at your property and promote and do the influencer marketing that is huge. On top of that, get people to listen to a podcast that's all about hospitality and hotels and get him to come out there and promote your property. You never know. Just kidding, guys. But no, really, that'd be the dream. So there's all these things coming up that I'm excited about the podcast. This is my quick rant on just the state of the industry. Honestly, this episode shouldn't even be called 99 Problems Owners Worry for 2019, but it's just overall state of the industry, which I just did an episode on shifts in the industry. So yeah, kind of doing a dynamic duo, a dual, a double episode, whatever you want to call it. But really, I just want to promote the 3-week series coming up, this new sponsors, get all this stuff that is happening. Honestly, guys, if you could do me a favor, I love that we just hit over 1,300 listeners and followers, but I would love you to like and subscribe, leave a review, share, comment, tag me, do whatever you can, and share this podcast. Get this out there, get the word. Let's get hospitality exciting. Let's make it great. Let's make it excitement. Let's get our self-worth. Let's start investing in each other. Let's start teaming up and really creating those guest experiences, not with just our guests, but with each other, and creating great opportunity for the hotel industry. I love you guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Thank you for listening and really just being a part of the community. If you have any questions or episode ideas or guest speaker ideas, go ahead and submit it on my website, slicktalkthepodcast.com. There's a form you can submit, and I would love to get all the reviews I can. So please like and subscribe, guys. Share anything you can. Please, please, please. I love it. All the support. I love that I have all these listeners, but I would love to see more interaction with you guys. So let's get on top of that. Let's really create this great community. I think we can do. I'm really excited for the vision that I have for Open Road Hospitality and Slick Talk the Hospitality podcast. It's just a lot of cool stuff that we can do with it and that I can do, and I got a great vision for it. So I'm going to start implementing it, of making some changes, increasing my marketing, doing all sorts of stuff. So I love all the support I can get. You guys are great. Get ready for this 3-week series, man. Like, this is going to be huge. I'm really excited. It's honestly my pleasure to have Scott Stanfield as a guest, because he's got a lot of insight from major brands to independents and just overall great history. And I've dabbled in the restaurant side a little bit, and it's hard work, and it's exciting to have somebody on the show that knows what they're doing and what they're talking about and has a great program for his staff and for his clients as well. So check that out. I'll have another guest on the show. We're going to dive into referral marketing and how that can apply for guest loyalty and repeat guests. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Follow me, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for checking out this episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast. This episode, Monday, 8 a.m. Now, next episode, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Scott Stanfield, GM coach. Check it out. 3-episode podcast series on restaurant hospitality and how to be a good leader, a good owner, a good GM, and just overall killing it in the industry. Check out this Wednesday, Slick Talk the Hospitality Podcast with Scott Stanfield, the GM coach.
Thank you so much for listening. We love your support and want to provide the best we can to all our listeners. So please find us online, social media, and on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
What's up, guys? Thanks again for tuning into Slick Talk. This is Joe from PBT. If you want to check out our music, feel free to search Perfect by Tomorrow on Spotify and iTunes and all other major music streaming platforms. We have a new album in the works. Hopefully will be released in early June. We're excited to share new music with you guys. We've been working really hard at it. Thanks again for tuning in.
What's up, everybody? If you've gotten this far into the episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast, then you are amazing, and thank you so much for tuning in. We want to send you two places really quickly. If you can, check out the show notes and click the hospitality.fm link. Check out all of our other shows on the podcast network. And don't forget, if you have someone that you want to hear on the podcast, then fill out the guest fill out form so that way we can get them on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy another episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast.